Hi guys, it's Laura from frugalchick.com. This is my first recipe video. Most of the time my recipes are pretty simple because I'm not really that complicated of a cook, but this one's a little bit bigger, so I wanted to have some video footage to kind of show you guys what was going on. There is a great show on Broadway right now called Hamilton. It's kind of a hip-hop story of Alexander Hamilton and his life. And for a lot of people that enjoy theater, it's been kind of a revolutionary thing, pun intended. We have really enjoyed the music that's come out of the show, and if you've got a couple $100 laying around, you can go see it. In October of 2016, there's going to be some behind-the-scenes stuff that is going to be airing on public television, and a lot of people want to have parties and different things to go with that viewing. So what we wanted to do was make an Alexander Hamilton cake that you could use for that viewing. So there's a couple different things that we're going to do. To find all the details about the recipe, just look down below and there's a link to the entire post so that you can see it. I wanted to do a chocolate cake for no reason other than the fact that I really happen to enjoy chocolate. So if you don't like chocolate, you can totally do something else. Just made two small chocolate cakes and stuck them in the refrigerator so that they would cool off. And I did two of them because I also wanted to do some sort of filling to go with them. So looking at the show and seeing what was in the show, we decided to do a chocolate filling, but we would put a little bit of that whiskey in there that gets mentioned that the North is trying to tax the South on. So we're going to make a whiskey chocolate filling. Also, in the post, you will find a cutout so that you can go ahead and work on getting your star with the Alexander Hamilton on the top of it done. Just head to your local store and get some black fondant. We didn't want to do the whole cake in fondant because honestly I don't think fondant tastes very good. So we're going to be working with a buttercream frosting instead. But hopefully as you go through this video and then look at the post, we'll be able to kind of walk you through how to make the cake look really great, and then you'll be ready for your Alexander Hamilton party. Hopefully you guys have printed off your Hamilton cake cutout printable from frugalchick.com. Underneath this printable, you can see the black stuff sticking out down there. That is black fondant that has already been rolled out. We just bought it, already made black from Michael's. And then what you want to do, ideally you would take an X-Acto knife to do this, but you can also use a very sharp knife to do it as well. We've already gone through this once, so it's definitely not really that easy to cut. And you can see that when you trace it, you end up with an outline that you have already done. Now, when we did the design of Hamilton on the top of the star, we tried to make it, I know it's a little abstract, but we wanted to make it so that people could cut it out without it having to be too incredibly complicated. So we have now iced our double cake and the fillings inside of it and everything's done. And so we have been experimenting with these colors, trying to figure out the best way to get the sort of look that we're going for. And we've actually discovered that these color mists work awesome. I just picked them up at Michael's today, and as you can see, it's sort of darkening the color to get that sort of tannish dark color that you want. And then we're going to take the black spray and just sort of barely spray it on there. So this is your method to get the look that you want. So here it is finished. We are setting up our Hamilton cake for all the beautifully edited pictures that you will see on frugalchick.com. Pieces of advice to give you. Keep the fondant kind of thick because his poor little legs were ready to go while we were taking them off. And really, if you have enough, I would probably make two of them just in case one of them gets messed up. That way you have an extra. But I think the cake looks great for people who are not professional bakers by any means. It'll be perfect for having a party or having friends over. And thanks so much for checking out this tutorial.